What we see is what we know. So if we can't see it, who's gonna show the way? We've been setting records, breaking boundaries, and destroying expectations for decades. But still, we're missing. Where are we? My name is Sid, and it's a pleasure to introduce a small little community I know, Charleston's Women Kite. We're wingbound. Charleston, South Carolina, one of the few destinations with conditions sufficient for kiting. The community is ever evolving here, but even in the summer of 2024, the presence of females on the water is lacking. We're here to change that.
Do a little self-launchy. My name's Natalie Coleman. I've been kiting for 6 years. Yeah, 6 years. Let's go, girl. I'm so excited to be sharing the stoke. Let's go kite! Let's go kite!
My name's Jennifer Amram. I go by Jenny though.
Do I should teach you how to do the center line?
Kiting it's a game changer.
I've been kiting for almost 6 years.
7 out of 10 people you meet on the beach who are coming to visit Charleston are like, oh, what is that? What kind of windsurfing is that? You know, like people just don't know.
Dude, I've never seen anything like this before.
This is like the first time we've seen it out here.
I didn't even know what this sport was. And I thought it was a men's sport because all I saw was men.
You don't see that many women out there.
You're such a badass. That looks so difficult. I wish I could do it, but
It definitely looks like you need a good amount of upper body strength.
There was this family walking by, and it was a mom and a dad, 3 little girls, stair-step blondes, boom, boom, boom. And the middle one said, "How do you do that?" I was like, "Oh, well, you can take lessons and learn. Anybody can learn how to do it." And she said, "No, how do you do it if you're a girl? I thought only boys could do it." And I was like, "You can do anything you want, anything." Kiteboarding is just one of the anythings. There is not a single thing in the world that a man can do that you can't do. You can do it. When you get a little bigger and you weigh a little bit more, you come find me and I will teach you how to kiteboard. Only boys can do it? What? How did she get that thought in her head? It's because that's all she ever saw. So we gotta get out there, make a difference.
So I started seeing the kites on the horizon, and they look like these really pretty, colorful birds in the sky. And of course, they were only there when it was windy. And I knew there was this sport called kiteboarding. And up until I saw up close a couple of kiting together, and they came out of the water, I approached them. And my husband and I were like, "How do you guys do this? And where are you from? And is this kind of a buddy system?" Because we could tell that they were definitely in tune and in sync. That was definitely the turning point that turned all my wheels on and my desire to give it a go.
And I'm always sat there on the beach watching, and then I started seeing some fun girls out there, and I was like, I want to do that. And here I am learning.
People who think that you can't do kiteboarding, I think you shouldn't think that. I think you should try it out first and get better and better at it.
Hi, my name is Karen. I just want to let everyone know that this sport can be done at any age. I'm 58. I started about 2 years ago. It's an amazing, addictive sport, and anyone can learn it.
When you think about sports, and I've done a lot of different sports in my life, this is a sport that you can pretty much do for a lifetime. You know, it can be extreme. You can do crazy tricks, but you can also just go out there and ride, and it can be very gentle and soothing. So
Instead of telling you how a kiteboarding sesh feels, let me show you.
Yep, I'm good.
serenity, escape, empowerment. Everyone's journey there is unique.
I work full time and I have 3 children, and I wanted to have fun, but it had to be somewhat safe. And that really made me look through the proper channels of getting, classes, and as many classes as it took for me to be comfortable.
Yeah, stand up, stay like that, stand up.
I have a few friends who have taken the cowboy route and not gone with lessons and been self-taught, and I don't recommend that. They have been rescued by boats.
I mean, it is an extreme sport, and launching and landing are certainly like the times where you are going to have most variability. When the wind shuts off, your kite falls, whether it's above a tree or it's above your head and above the water. That's not something you can control, and as you progress, you learn how to read some of those things, but sometimes things still happen, so.
Good instructor makes all the difference.
So we were both on the same jet ski and both with the same instructor. Do you remember his name? He literally did not care if we died or lived. And he was just sodded the whole time, and she was scared and crying and I was laughing.
I've had a few challenges learning how to kite because I didn't come from anything that would complement learning how to kiteboard. And everything I've learned has been very slow. And I just did a lot of face plants and hot launches to get started. I could get myself going, but I didn't know how to stop. And me being me, I'm very ready, fire, aim. I would get rolling and then be like, oh, there's the sandbar. What am I supposed to do now? Nobody ever told me how to stop, so I had a lot of crash landings in the beginning. I think when I would go out under the water, people would be like, shoop. Here she comes, look out.
It's different in that you can't just go out every day and work on it. You have to have the wind. You have to have the right scenarios, and it's a bummer when you're in the doldrums.
Whew, it is light. Actually, I need to keep walking upwind because my kite's gonna fall on its way. You gotta put up with the light days to appreciate the heavy ones. You gotta earn it.
Stick with it. It's a really steep learning curve, but once you reach the peak, you'll realize there are 4 million other peaks, but once you reach the peak where you are self-sustaining, it is so worth it. It is so satisfying.
Saw our first woman who came out here, and we were like, oh my goodness, that's awesome. I can't wait to watch this. Yeah. And then we just saw this group of women coming out, and they were so beautiful, so strong, and so graceful. It's just one of the most beautiful things to sit out here and watch these kite surfers go through. So. Yes. Yeah.
And that kite will take you to some breathtaking places.
Like Hood River.
Oh my God, there's another train! Woo! Wow!
It doesn't matter where you go, where in the world you go, you're welcomed into the kite community. Even if you don't speak the same language, you kind of speak the same language.
What up? Okay.
Dominican Republic, Cabarete, Buen Hombre, La Ventana is amazing. Of course, the Outer Banks are legendary here on the East Coast, as well as some beautiful places in Florida too. So we're wherever we can, finding the wind.
Danny, are you so excited to go kite by the Golden Airport?
My favorite place that I ever kited was in the Turks and Caicos. A girls' trip, so we had my youngest daughter and her 3 daughters, and we rented a minivan, which should have been an SUV. And we went to this national park that is absolutely gorgeous. Coral reef, huge giant shells. There was a big washed up boat. It's really off the beaten path, hard to get to. Like I said, you should have a 4x4 vehicle. We did not. I maneuvered the fuck out of that minivan. It was a sunset session, kiting over the reef. It was absolutely gorgeous.
But the rad part about Charleston is that beautiful kite sesh with those amazing people is in the backyard.
know, regardless of who's doing it, it's a wonderful thing to see a community coming together. For today, for example, there were dozens of people out there watching one another, helping each other set up, and just being out there on the water together and sharing the waves and the wind. Very cool.
You just meet really unique, incredible, but good people, solid, authentic people. I think when you kiteboard and you put yourself out there, like you aren't holding any part of you back. And I think that kind of carries over into the community.
A lot of camaraderie there, and people look out for each other. When you need help, they're there for you, so.
I'm Nicole, and I've been kiting for about 2 months.
I lost my board for the first time today. Natalie swooped in and saved the day by strapping into my kite to go find it.
Natalie! Yeah, it's fun. You see and you're like, oh, I can do that.
It's a cool thing to be a part of.
Uh-oh, that didn't look fun.
You good? Okay.
You gotta learn. You gotta grow from each other. So.
And sometimes, if there are little kids around, like playing on the beach, when you jump up, you can hear them like, wow, look at her, that's awesome. It's so fun. You're like, yes, share the stoke.
To see the women out here doing it is extra cool and extra special.
Can you picture it? Do you see yourself? We're here to show you that you can. I know a lot of strangers who see your potential.
Do it for the vibe. Do it for the vibe. Yeah, you just gotta do it for the vibe, you know?
Yeah, do it.
Come on, ladies.
Send it. Just keep pushing. You'll get there.
Trust me, try it.
If you fall, don't be afraid to get back up. Keep going. Send it, baby.
Let's go.
I want all those people in the world to know you can do it. You just gotta believe in yourself, like I believe in mine.
So what's left now? It's time to show the world exactly what we can do.
Picking up rocks to throw at Sid's window because she fell asleep and we gotta go to the Outer Banks.
This is her house.
Haha. Yeah, we don't even know if this is her house. Hopefully we're not waking up some rando.
Hurricane W ain't got shit on those skateboarders!
I'm usually singing, legit.
Because we're beside the ocean.
Whee!
We're out past the breakers.